Hello all, welcome to our channel Being Schengen. We'll be discussing about the checklist for Polish national visa, specifically for the spouse as dependent. I'll not be covering upon the minor visa part. This is entirely based on my experience, and I'll not be covering upon the minor part as I do not have prior experience in applying for minor. The first particular to be filled is the name, passport number, contact, and the email address. Please do fill without fail. The next is the checklist for all the documents to be submitted for our visa processing. The first document is the passport. The passport should not be older than 10 years for the current date. So, considering 2022, the passport should not be older than 2012. So, if it is the case, then kindly renew so that your passport follows this criteria. And the validity of the passport should be at least 3 months from the internet date. So your dependent visa will mostly have 1 year validity period. So make sure not only consider 3 months, but at least 1.5 years, so that your visa will be valid for the passport duration, the passport validity duration. In case it is not valid, then you will have to reapply another passport and again have your visa stamped in that passport. So it should also have at least two blank pages. The next document is visa application. The visa application I'll be covering on another video, so kindly ignore for now. The next document to be provided is the passport size photos. So this photo should have a dimension of 35 cross 44 mm and should not be older than 6 months. And it should specifically have white background. If you have any confusions in getting this photo in specific studio, then you can directly go to VFS Global and they provide the photos. You can pay around 200 for 4 photos and you can get it done. The next document to be provided is applicant's covering letter. This is mentioning the purpose of your stay, why you are actually traveling to Poland, and what is your purpose for the stay in Poland. For this, I'll be attaching a document format to be followed. You can download and just fill your name and maybe modify based on your requirement. The next document is confirming the purpose of trip. Here, the first section 5.1 family reunification is a case where the spouse, that is the person who has the work visa and is already present in Poland, can apply with his temporary residence card. If the spouse, he or she, who is already present in Poland and has temporary residence card, they can go ahead with this process. Now, the section 5.2.1 is the invitation letter from the inviting party. The person who has the work visa has to invite the dependent, mentioning the purpose and stating that he will be supporting the dependent for the entire duration of stay. This document also I have attached as part of the video description. You can download and modify based on your requirement. The next document which has to be provided is the document confirming family ties. So for your spouse, you will be having the marriage certificate. Along with the official document, you will have to get it apostilled by ME or MFA. For apostillization, you have certain companies who will be providing the service. The next document is the proof of residence validity of the inviting party for the whole period of the intended stay. Here, there are different documents. One is the residence permit, next is the visa or the positive TRC decision, or blue card. Here, in my case, I was traveling along with my wife without me already being there in Poland. So I had the visa as the proof for my validity of stay in Poland. So for my case, I got the work visa before applying for my dependent. My visa will contain the information about my stay duration, the starting and the ending date. So this particular will be used for my dependent as a proof of residence validity. The next document 5.2.4 is the accommodation. This document is the proof of your stay in Poland. While applying for accommodation, make sure both the names of the spouse who applies for work visa and the spouse who is going to apply for dependent visa is present. The document 5.5 is very important. This is to confirm the financial support to cover the living cost of the dependent. Usually it will be 20 PLN per day because you will mention that you will be supporting your dependent, and the total cost for return travel 2500 PLN. So if it is 20 PLN per day for the dependent, considering 365 days and 2500 PLN, it will be close to 10,000 PLN. Now the PLN cost is around 18 rupees, and so you will have to have a proof of 1.8 lakhs to support your dependent. The next document is the certificate of amount of credit card limit issued by the bank. This is the document I had provided for my visa processing because it is easier than getting a traveler's check. Because for traveler's check, you will have to spend 1.8 lakhs, and this traveler's check will be redeemed in Polish bank account for your dependent. But if you have credit card and you get a credit card limit certificate, then you can show that as a proof, and you don't have to spend money for traveler's check. The other proof is the certificate of availability of money in Polish or European Union bank. This case will be possible only if you're already present in Poland. As I applied for my dependent staying from India, both of us we traveled together. I went ahead with the credit card limit certificate. I also recommend to get a credit limit certificate. It is a process. The process is different for each and every bank. I'll be covering upon a separate video for getting this credit limit certificate. The next document is the flight itinerary, mentioning the reservation of your flight, the travel date, and your flight reservation containing your name. The next document is the travel medical insurance. This is one important document to be applied for the both the work visa and dependent visa. There is some confusion whether the travel insurance should be applied only for the duration of travel or the entire stay. You'll have to apply for your entire stay. Here there are list of companies to be applied. You should strictly go for companies which are in this list. Here in this link we have a PDF. When we open this PDF, we'll search for India. So in India, there are around 7 to 8 companies. You will have to get your travel insurance only among one of this company. I went ahead with Bajaj Alliance because it was easier for me, but it's totally up to you to choose any of this company if you already have experience. This reservation should be for the entire duration, that is 365 days. So if you are applying for visa, on a specific date of your travel, then make sure you have your travel insurance for 365 days covered. You'll have to mention the name of the insurance company, the insurance number, and the validity. In some cases, some companies will be providing insurance for 180 days duration only, not one insurance for 365 days. Then you'll have three insurance. So for accounting for 180 plus 180 plus 5, 365 days. So you'll have to mention each and every insurance number and their corresponding validity in this document. The next section minors I'll be ignoring. And the next section, additional document, is not necessary to be provided, because if you provide all these mandatory documents, it is sufficient for you to get your visa approved. The next document is the residence proof, an ID confirming residence in embassy or consulate's jurisdiction. As you are applying from India, you will have to provide your residence proof in India. You can provide Aadhaar Xerox as a proof because it's widely accepted. This is one mandatory document to be provided, and you'll have to provide without fail. The next document, or the last one, is the passport data pages. One copy of the applicant's passport data pages, the first and the last one. So you'll have to take a Xerox of your first page, which has the photograph, and the last page, which contains your address information. The last document to be provided is the copy of pages with Polish or Schengen visas if you have already applied and you have got your visa stamped in your passport. If you don't have, you can ignore this. This is all with respect to the dependent visa checklist. Once you have all these documents, you can fill the date based upon the place and date of your appointment. If you feel that the video is informative, kindly share to your friends and family. Do not forget to like, share, or subscribe. Bye.